Hi, everybody. We're about to get started. Let me just wait for a few people to join us real quick. If you can hear me, just go ahead and type in the chat box if you can hear me. Let me just get my camera rolling. And the good thing is I can hear myself. So that is good. That is good news. I was actually, you know what? I was actually thinking about you when I put down this live workshop, and one of the reasons was, you asked a lot of nice questions last time, and I really appreciate that because you're helping other people, uh, pick up on some things that or some questions that they couldn't ask, or understand some things better. So, but I want to ask you one question. Do you know anybody that want to be sick and tired all the time? Do you know anybody that don't want to earn $3,000, extra $3,000 a month, or something like that? Well, if you answer no to any of the question, you want to watch this live workshop to the end because there's some things that I want to share with you. How do you earn, like $3,000 in a day, working just less than 2 hours a day, without calling or chasing or over people? I see people all the time, they post on Facebook, they get excited, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can use that as a means for like positive affirmation, anything like that. But hey, let me turn my volume up real quick. But the thing is, if you answer no to one of the question, you want to watch this video to the end. I mean, this presentation, live workshop, as I call it, to the end, because there's some things that you will learn. As far as the steps involved that you have to go through in order to start generating substantial income. I mean, just think about it. What would it feel like if you're able to, let's say, provide? Maybe your goal is to provide for your family. How would it feel like if you're able to provide for your family, you're able to take your family places, or you're able to provide for yourself? Maybe get yourself a nice jacket like this, or maybe, go to wherever you want to go. Maybe take your family to like vacations, or, as a sole provider for your family. What would that feel like? Like, have you ever thought of what would life feel like if you got everything you wanted? Like, if you got everything you wanted, what would you do? Let's say you have everything that you want in this lifetime. What would you do? That's it's a kind of questions that these are questions that you don't get a lot. But if you think about it, if you can have there's two ways of looking at this. Number one, if you have everything that you need, will you be doing what you're doing? And the second question will be, if, let's say, today is your last day, ask yourself, will you be doing what you're about to do? That's like the real question. Excuse me, let me yeah, I'm gonna pick up this real quick. I know this is like a live, so just a second. Let me get this. Hello.
Throughout 2016 and beyond. Hey, the key to your success is to have it done for you. Forget everything else that you've tried and failed at in the past to make money.
See, I get this all the time.
Partner on my millionaire team. We're going to make you successful.
Let me plug back. You see, I get this all the time. I get this kind of messages all the time. Do you have this kind of messages? This is absolutely IPSA. So you don't want to do this. So for the sake of this presentation, I just gotta turn that off real quick. I mean, that's not important. Uh, but I get those messages all the time. And in a second, I'll tell you uh, how people go about it. And I'll tell you, matter of fact, I'll open the curtain and show you what majority of these gurus, what they're doing behind the scenes, to present whatever stuff you're attracted to, because it's something that has to do with the mind. And if you're able to learn the techniques in how to go about this, then you'll be such a successful uh, marketer, especially online. So, like I was saying, we all started. It doesn't matter if it's network marketing, affiliate marketing, or information marketing. We all started this is because we think, we want extra, let's say $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month. But the reality is, what we don't think about is, uh, what is that money? What is it gonna do for us? What is the extra stuff that, $10,000? What is it gonna do for us? We think we want the money, but it's what the money will do for us. That's what we're after. We're after the feelings. So in reality, if you can get the feeling that you already have the kind of money that you want, then you combine that with the action. Because if you just, you probably know about this. I mean, I really don't need to really explain this stuff. I mean, is this really making sense? uh Type in the chat box if this is making sense. We think we want the money, but actually it's the feeling that we really after. Because think about it, if you have that feeling of having everything you want, if you have that feeling of achieving your goals, if you have that feeling, take that feeling, and then the necessary steps that you need to take on a daily basis to achieve that feeling, to achieve your goal, to achieve whatever stuff you're looking for. And then you combine that will propel you to your destiny. I mean, is this making sense? Sometimes this stuff may sound so weird for somebody that I've never heard this before, but actually this stuff makes sense if you apply it. It's only when you apply this stuff it start making sense. So in a minute, you want to close down your Facebook if you have your Facebook open and all this stuff, and just pay close attention to me here in the next 45 minutes or so. I don't know how long we'll be going, but there's some things that once you get it in place. I mean, think about it. Uh, it's like building a house. I mean, not even building. I mean, think about it. You see all these tall, like nice buildings. These skyscrapers. How tall they are. And think of like a fruit or like a tree, that like an apple tree. An apple tree. What you see beyond the ground, what you see beyond the ground is the fruits, the leaves and all this good stuff, but underneath it's like the roots, and sometimes the roots are like far away, like deep in the ground. So think of a skyscraper. It's the same analogy. A skyscraper has like a nice deep foundation. I had one. I mean, I read this someplace, and this guy was saying that if he's actually a contractor, and he was just saying that if he can see the foundation of a building, he can determine how tall that building will be. Now, I'm totally paraphrasing; it's not the exact word, but I kind of picked up this. So it's the same analogy. I mean, think of, so what is this got to do with marketing or making money and stuff like that? So just like I told you, you have for your income online. Doesn't matter if you have e-commerce site, or it doesn't matter if you have like you do network marketing or affiliate marketing. Your income will depend on four things: what you're promoting, how you promote it, whether or not you're happy with your return, and whether or not you can do it over and over again. So those are the four things that we're touching base with. And so that's one of the reasons why I always want to start with what you're promoting, because if you can think of what you're promoting as the kind of feelings that you're supposed to have when you achieve your goals, it means that will propel you to connect with people in a space where I mean you make you be in a space where you can relate with people better, because you won't be thinking of your mindset will be like, oh wow, I gotta make an extra $10,000, or I have to pay my bill. Because if your mind, I mean, think about it. If I was giving you this presentation and my mindset was, oh wow, I have to give this presentation in a way that will attract a lot of people, so that way they can buy things, and then you feel it, you know, because you don't want to come from a place of scarcity. So that's why, number one, what you promote actually matters. And we talked about qualities of a good product, and one of them is you strongly believe in whatever stuff you're promoting. And it doesn't necessarily, and you're passionate. It doesn't necessarily have to be about promoting it for money necessarily. I know you're here to, I mean, sometimes it sounds contradiction, contradictory, because you're here for the money, and then you have all these milestones that uh you have to go through. So I hope this is kind of making sense, and if you're sitting here and let's say this is your first time, I always do that. I don't want to bore you with my story. I know you've heard this like 1,000 times, but I don't want to bore you. But if this is like your first time ever tuning in, and you don't even know who I am, my name is Zoe, and I kind of start. I'll make this real quick. I promise. I kind of started out back in 2013, in a traditional network marketing. Before then, I was working in a hospital, and I was slaving away 12 hours a day working in a hospital. And what I didn't like about my job was just the fact that whenever I'm going on break or going to the bathroom, I had to tell either my coworker or my supervisor, because they had to know where I'm at all times. And there wasn't any privacy because I was dealing with critically ill patients that, they have to know where I'm at, because I don't know if you worked in a hospital before, but they have to track your move, and not just because they want you on a job, is because you're dedicated to taking care of physically ill or sometimes mentally ill people that anything can happen at any time. I don't know if you know about all these tubes. Sometimes they can put like trach, vent, and all this stuff. Sometimes it can be really critical, and you have to be paying attention to, your patients. But so those are the things I didn't like about my job. But one thing is I wanted to travel. I wanted to move around. I didn't want to be restricted to any particular job, place, or city. I wanted to do what I love to do best, which is to travel around. And at one point I did travel nursing. I don't know if you heard of travel nursing. The only thing about that is I'll travel to other places, and I won't even have the time to enjoy the place, because I'll spend time 12 hours still in another hospital in another place. I tried that for like maybe 3 years or something like that, and I had to stop and concentrate on one place because it was almost the same thing. So about 3 months, down the line, one of my good friends, um, I invited him to our home. It was just me and my dad, in the house, and he was giving this presentation. And I promise I'll be real quick. He was giving this presentation on a whiteboard, telling us, you get two. I'm pretty sure you know about this. And we quickly we liked it, and we got hypnotized. We quickly signed up. It was just two of us anyway, so we signed up quickly. And he promised he will always come to our home, to be giving presentation for us. All we got to do is invite people in our home, and he'll be giving presentation. And I remember one time he came in, and I had about 15 people, and about 10 or 11 of them sign up. And we quickly made, $600 in one day. And I was excited. I'm pumped. I pull out my calculator, and I multiplied 600 by 30. And it came out to be about like 18,000 or something. And man, I was so blown away. 18,000 a day, I mean a month, is like unbelievable. I mean, think about it. I mean, what would that kind of income? What would it do for your life? You know, what difference would that make? You know, I mean, I would just, I was so, I was so, into it. Caught up in that kind of idea to the point where, I would do basically anything, to get it going, because I know that's like what I've been looking for. Because remember when I was back there in the hospital, I was thinking for a way that I can move around and do work while I'm on a vacation or something like that. Because work and pleasure, if you can, I mean, because what you do, I mean, you probably know what I'm talking about. Work, if you can mix work and pleasure, it means you love if you love what you do. Because job, actually, I mean, I had somebody told me this one time, and I'm beginning to really see it. If you love what you do, you like what you do, and it's pleasure for you, and being on the vacation and doing what you're doing it becomes a no-brainer. I think, if you can relate to this, go ahead and type in a quick yes on the chat box. you know and this is one of the things that I'm saying. So, but back to my story real quick. But when things started changing, when this guy, he said, because he had a lot, I mean, he started having like a lot of reps, that's basically distributors, and he couldn't be in 6 places at one time. So he had to cut back on presentations, coming to our home. And so we had to figure out a way to uh, be giving presentation, to share the idea, to share the word. And I was pretty shy. I couldn't stand in front of people talking about being in front of camera right now. That was like a big no-no for me. I couldn't put two words together. So it was crazy. And so what I did that was kind of unique, and I'm kind of happy for that, is I had to make these flyers. It's pretty easy. You just use Microsoft Words and type in something, come out with these flyers. And I remember I'll be going to like Walmart or like the mall, and I'll be putting that on people's cars. And I remember one time, huge, this group of people, they're going out to vote, and I'll be handing out these flyers. It was so crazy because the way they looked at me, it was kind of like, wow, this guy, they looked at me like, this like pizza, this pizza boys, or I don't know, people that are holding like this huge board, especially I forgot the name of that pizza, but they'll hold these boards and they'll be like, look at me, and you'll be driving on the roadside and they're having this crazy dance. Man, for some reason, I don't know why, I just felt like, I'm like, damn, has this come to this point? It sounds so weird at that time. And I was like, and the worst part is, I remember handing out like almost 2,000 flyers, and not a single person, I checked like, a week or so, not a single person even a call or anything like that. And it was really, really, uh, it was crazy, not a single person. And the worst part is, my dad, my business partner, he quit on me, you know, and that was so, I felt so down and stupid, for even trying something like that, and it was really, really embarrassing too, because, I have like friends that they stop picking up my calls, and family stop picking up my calls, and they just trying to avoid me because they think I'm trying to get them to that thing. And it came to a point where I quit my job too, and I was just so so sick. It was like beyond even rock bottom. And so it was like 3 months. I mean, 3 months down the line, and that happened for a while. And I got this message from another friend of mine, telling me how I can completely do this online. And so I was so excited, and I quickly signed up. You know how you can you're desperate for something new and you finally got it, because it made a whole lot of sense. You know, I had to watch the whole video series and all this stuff, and I quickly signed up because I was really wanting, because I knew that if I can spread my message, you know, enough people will buy something. You know, they'll see my website and they'll buy something. And I started doing SEO on Google, you know, like blogging, you putting your blog out there, your website, for people to see. I'm pretty sure you know about this. And the thing about it is, SEO, you need like a special skill, and Google, you know, it's like, you know, you're doing backlinking and all this ninja stuff. It's like white hat ninja stuff that you're doing on Google, and it's not attractive, and Google doesn't like that, and so they quickly put down my website, you know. And I remember going on Facebook and joining these groups, and I'll be joining all kinds of, you know, work from home, work online, you know, make money online kind of groups, and I'll be like, you know, posting my link. And at that time, I didn't even know what I was doing, and I didn't even know that was even spamming. But what I realized is that was very unattractive. And a lot of people didn't even like that, you know, like a lot of people, they repel that. That's like repelling, because I'll get like message back, and, you know, having like the, you know, from my autoresponder, like, you know, cursing me out and stuff like that. You know, and it was kind of, it was like heartbreaking. You know, sometimes some people at this point would just quit. We just put their pen down and say, well, you know, I quit, I feel stupid, you know. But the thing is, what I discovered is, if you focus on, you know, negative stuff, you know, your life will be negative. It's just like that. I don't know how this stuff works. Don't ask me. But if you focus on, you know, making it, you will make it eventually. You know, maybe not at a time that you really want to make it, but you will make it. That's just so. Ever since I've been putting my mind on positive, so it doesn't matter. And when you get this negative messages, you don't want to fight back, because you can't fight. The only way to, you know, conquer light, the only way to fight darkness is to turn on the light. You know, it's not for you to like fight back or anything like that. You know, so just relax and let it go. Just ignore it. You know, that's the best way. I'm not saying ignore everything, but I'm just saying that particular one, just ignore it, because what is the worst that will happen? You know, the person is not gonna get up from the other side to come attack you, you know, and whatever. They're not gonna jump in. So that's you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not. I always tell the truth, you know, but I don't make it. I don't make a situation worse than it is. But I try to say, you know, the truth. See it as it is, you know. And that's why that's the principle that I've been living my life ever since, you know. And so I was spamming, basically, you know, posting my links on this groups, and hoping that I can get enough people to see my website, and maybe they'll buy something from me. So it was like amateur marketing. And I don't know, I don't know if you've been doing this kind of stuff. I don't know if you can relate with this kind of stuff. So I came up with, so because of this, I came up with 9 principles, basically 9 steps, that in order for you to have a successful campaign, you have to go through, you have to follow through these 9 steps. And it's very, very important, because if you follow through these 9 steps, then your campaign will be successful, you know. And it doesn't matter what kind of product, hopefully is a good product, a product of a mass appeal. And I told you about, you know, the 5 qualities of a good product. Number 1, it has to be mass appeal, and number 2, it has to pay out good commission, you know, and number 3, good customer support, and it has to have competition, huge competition, because your job is to be above the competition. You know, you don't want to slam traffic to a website. You know, it's like you have a website, you just slamming like millions of traffic. And it's because people have like, there's a lot of myth out there, you know, because, you know, out there, I'm pretty sure you heard about it. It's more traffic equals more traffic, more money. That is just partially true. It's not totally accurate, because you have stuff like you have to track, you have to have a message to market match. Because if you're promoting, let's say, giant tomatoes, let's say you're into uh, um, let's say you're into you know growing giant tomatoes, and you're trying to market to people that are interested in, like, let's say, um, operating like a home business, or people that are interested in working online. I mean, there's a mismatch or something. Make money online is like a mismatch or something like that, or lose weight or something like that. I think you kind of get what I'm saying. So there's a mismatch. So it's not necessarily more traffic equals uh, more money. So that's why I want to take you through some 9 steps that from and I'll continue from where we picked up when we left off last time. So let me share my screen real quick, and I want to share with you this stuff, and it's very, very important stuff. So let me know if you can hear me or if you can see my screen, because this is really, really important. I want to make sure you can see my screen. Uh, so just let me know in the chat box real quick if you can see my screen, because this is some good stuff. So here's what, let me see if I can see this. I don't know if you can see my screen. Actually, I want to draw my notepad here. I don't think you can see my notepad. Let's see. Where's my notepad? Okay, let me go through and share my screen. See if I can see this. So let me share my screen now real quick. So technology sometimes. So I think pretty much now you can see my notepad. And I don't know, I have to make this a little bit bigger. So type in a quick, let's see. Okay, you can see my screen good. And I like this. For some reason, okay, so these are the 9 steps. So number 1, you want to have, so I call this the big picture. So this is the big picture. Number 1, you want to have a product. You want to have a profitable product. It might be a product or system or website that you promote. I'm not sure what you're into. And it has to be mass appeal. Mass appeal means a lot of people want it. So number 2, think of your ideal customer. Now, ideal customer is like what will, if somebody was looking for you, what would they type? What would they type? What would they type in the search box? I mean, that's what you want to think. Search box. So if you can have that, then you're good. The third one is a hook. You want to have a hook. It's like a big promise. A big promise that you're about to deliver. I mean, this stuff is really necessary, because if you don't have a good hook, if you cannot convince somebody that, okay, listen, and I can show you how to make $3,000 a day, working just 2 hours a day without calling or telling or like convincing people or anything like that. You see, if you're able to have a good headline or a hook, that's what I call it. It's a big promise that you're about to deliver. Or you're about to deliver. So and then number 4 is you want to have a lead magnet. Now, a lead magnet is, let's say, your product is about growing giant tomatoes, and your lead magnet might be something like 7 skills to growing giant tomatoes. you know, something like that. I'm just totally coming up with this, but so that's your lead magnet, or it can be something like what you don't know about growing tomatoes, something eye catch, you know, something like that. So that you usually give this for free, free in exchange for email, name, address, phone number. It's kind of like a freebie, but sometimes it's not free. Some people call this uh, some people, I forgot the name, something like that. Address or phone number. Phone number. So you kind of have an idea. And then number 5, you want to have landing page. This is like a must, you know, and you want to have at least 3 of them, because we'll be doing what is called split testing. You know, a lot of people. So you want to have 3, and you want to evenly split test, because you want to know which one, because you just don't know what you don't know. Now, I don't know, a lot of people, if you come in, if there's a landing page that you like, and you're thinking because you like it, it will convert, well, you're wasting your time. Your customer will tell you what to do, basically. And that's how it is. It's not about you, it's what your customer, what they want, because it's like your opinion doesn't matter when it comes to landing pages. Because some people will be like, wow, I'm so attracted to that. Well, sometimes, you know, what catch your attention will catch you, like your customer's attention, but your opinion doesn't matter. Your customers will tell you what to do. You see, so I'm hoping that you kind of get this, because if you come in from this point, if that's the angle that you come in from, then yeah, your landing page will convert like really, really well. And you don't know what you don't know, so you want to split. You want to evenly split using what is called rotator. I will talk more about this. So number 6, you need tracking software. You need a tracking software. So they have like ClickMeter, you know. It's like there's a lot out there. They have like quality, click control. Now you can check this out for yourself. Quality, click control. You have Click Magic. Okay. And number 7. Now for landing page, let's talk a little bit about landing pages. They have like Lambda app. Those are lead pages. Those are or landing page services that will help you create landing pages. You have Megaphone. You can just Google this. Megaphone. You have ELP. That's Easy Landing Page Pro. So hopefully you can see this. And you have Kajabi. So those are the also they have sites. Let's see. So now you have to be, I don't know if you've heard of HTA. You usually have to have and this is free. I mean, this one right here is free. And this one is free, but you have to be HTA member. I will talk more about that. I don't know if you've seen, they have like a system out there, HTA. We'll talk more about different programs. Now, number 7 is traffic. Now, are you seeing? Now you have to have all these things in place before you're sending traffic. So you see where traffic is coming. You see, amazingly, traffic is number 7 on the list. You see, So, but a lot of people, it's like traffic is the first thing that they think about, before even having all these things. So you have to have all these things in place. And then um, the eighth thing is this is earning per click. Now, once you're sending traffic, earning per click is like in a month, I don't know, in a month or two or something like that. After you're sending traffic, you want to determine your earnings per click because you have to know this figure. And it's just simply the number of visitors, people that actually come to your website, divided by uh, uh, the amount of money, you know, the amount of money earned. And you can put this in like a 3 month period or 2 months or a month, so it all depends. Let's say you have about, let's say, 3,000 visitors, and 3,000 visitors, and let's say you earn, let's say, 1,500. If you do the math, let me do the math right here, let me show you. So that would be how much, use my calculator here. Sometimes I can't. So that would be about $2. So you earn like $2 per click. So for every click, you're earning $2. So how many, let's say you're paying about 50 cents a click. So how many 50 cents do you want to put into earn, a lot of $2? So you want to think, so this is like, strategy that I don't know if a lot of people think about this, but it's always good to determine your earnings per click because it's very, very important. So the last thing is, scale and leverage. So this is where you use like, I don't know if you know this, but they have like affiliate. No, it's not affiliate actually. They actually call this. It's like you do CPA. They call them CPA networks. Uh, CPA networks that you kind of uh, you give your website, and then since you know your dollar, I mean, since for every you know uh, 3,000 people that come to your website, you earn 1,500, or for per click, any visitor that comes to your website, that's worth $2,000. I mean, so this CPA networks, you simply give them your landing page, and then they can be sending traffic to, let's say you arrange with them, like per visitor might be, anywhere from $1 or two. So just imagine you give them like $1 per visitor, and then I mean, you don't necessarily have to send traffic yourself. I mean, this stuff, it can be literally, it can be like a machine that works 24 hours, for you. So that's how important this thing is. And so what we'll do is we'll start from the beginning, start from number one, and talk about it. And if you didn't watch the last about three workshop, you want to go back and watch it, because we talked about getting like a profitable product, to promote. And I'm pretty sure you know about this, because we really talked about this last time, and it was really, really fascinating, because uh, if you can get a good product, to promote, that has all the qualities that we discussed, then you are on the right track. And the second thing is, you want to know your ideal customer, and the easiest way is, what would people be searching for, like on Google? What would they type in the search box, on Google? And this is the kind of stuff that you can know what people are searching for, or to find you. So that would be your ideal customer, and because you want to know what their challenges are. uh, and you want to know their needs. You want to know what their needs are, so you can meet their needs. And just imagine, I'm pretty sure you can relate with this. Whenever you started online, I'm pretty sure you saw like this nice video of like a nice guy in a nice car in front of a mansion or something like that. And this will take like real quick, why I really explain this, because this kind of makes a lot of sense if you can really relate with me, whatever stuff I'm sharing. When you started out in this industry, what did you see? You saw like this nice guy, I mean, like having driving nice sports car, probably having like nice girls or something. Can you relate to this? In front of a mansion, maybe in like a beach, someplace, and having a good time, and telling you how you can generate income online, and you're so attracted to that kind of stuff, and all they tell you is this fancy. It's like they show you all this nice. It's like they show you a nice skyscraper, but they don't tell you what you need in order for you, or what is going on underneath. It's like a scene. You're watching a movie. Behind the curtains, there are certain things that people do that they don't talk about. And so you see all these nice things, and then when you sign up, guess what? They tell you, well, you need just like the things that I've been telling you. You want to know where your ideal customer is. You gotta have a landing page. You gotta have an autoresponder. You gotta have like a tracking software. You gotta relate with people. All this kind of stuff, little stuff that you buy, and all this stuff. And at the end of the day, you spend so much money and you haven't even made a dime. And you're wondering, why is this really for me? You have all these thoughts. Can you relate with this? I mean, you actually want us to stop at this point, or you want me to continue? Go ahead and type in the chat box if you want me to go ahead, because this is the kind of stuff that uh, we I want you to see like the big picture. I want you to like connect the dots, going, thinking backwards when you started. Because if you can connect the dots from where you are, then you'll be able to relate, and that will propel you in the right direction. Because so you see all these things, and then they're telling you you gotta have an autoresponder, you gotta have landing pages, you gotta track. All those things are important. And they give you like different services, places that you can go to get orders. And I was thinking to myself, and this is you included to this part, you're part of this. And I was thinking to myself, what if I can get like a system or like a product that has all these things in one place? All of this stuff is in one place. Would that make sense? So you don't have to maybe go to Aweber to like, get a autoresponder, or go to Get Response, uh, or go to Lead Pages to like get landing page, or go to Click Prompt. I mean, go to ClickMatter to like get a tracking software or something. You can have all of this in one place, in one system. Would that make sense? So I've been searching, for this. And if you want to learn more, if you like this kind of stuff, you want to learn, if this kind of stuff interests you, go ahead and I'll be sending in a few days. I'll be sending you like a link for you to sign up if you want to, if you interested in knowing like a good system or product, or I call it a vehicle, a nice vehicle that has everything in one place, so that way you can just get everything you need. So I'm searching for it. I'm so convinced it will benefit you, so that way you don't have to be going all these places, and it has to be a good system that people want. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, I'll be sending you a link in a couple of days or so, so that way you can just quickly sign up. So that way, if I do get it, I'll go ahead and notify. You'll be first on the list to be notified. So what we'll be doing from the list that I showed you, we'll be going individually, step by step to getting to going down the actually going down the list. I'm thinking of picking out a good product, and so that way you can watch over my shoulder. see exactly how I go about promoting that product. And this is what I'm thinking about also, because this is a live workshop. It's not, that's why I call it a workshop. It's nothing like a webinar or something. It's very different from a broadcast because it's interactive. That's why this is what is different. It's not just me talking to you and you listening. It's you interacting with me and giving out your suggestions and stuff like that. So I kind of hope this kind of makes sense to you. Uh, I think I'll cut it off for right now. We've been going for over 45 minutes, and we'll pick it up on Saturday. I'll be sending you an email on how to go about it. So watch out for my email. I will go step by step, and you see how you can use the big picture. That's what I call it, to actually start generating. Because if you can get to a point where you can start generating $3,000 a day, you know, your whole idea of marketing, how you look about this stuff will change. So until then, I'll see you on Saturday. Watch out for my next email. So and bye for now.